And despite vowing never to settle in his battle against the tabloid press, Prince Harry has done just that. The Duke of Sussex yesterday settled his marathon legal action against the publisher of The Sun over claims of unlawful information gathering.
For one of the main reasons for seeing this through is accountability, because I'm the last person that can actually achieve that, and also closure.
Well, what changed, Harry? Going head-to-head on this now are the commentator Emma Wolfe and journalist and presenter Ellen Coughlan. Thank you very much, both of you. Emma, I'll start with you. Do you think Harry's a hypocrite?
Well, I mean, he's done it for himself. He's made himself out to be this moral crusader. He called himself a slayer of dragons, kind of freedom fighter. He's the last man standing. He's the last man that can do this. Well, you know what, Patrick? It turns out that the cash was more important than the crusade.
Yeah,
he couldn't make it up.
Well, no, I mean, Ellen, what's changed? I mean, you know, he's there sitting on stage saying, I don't have to settle. He's worth a bob or two. Well, lo and behold, there he is. I mean, it's almost like maybe he didn't want something to come out in court.
Well, absolutely nothing has changed, because as you just saw from the clip there, he said what he wanted was accountability, and that's exactly what he got. He got an apology yesterday from the News UK group. They apologised for the unlawful activity that they were involved in throughout all those years, the private investigators that they hired, and the unlawful way that they used private information about him. He got the apology. That's all he wanted. And he also got an apology for his mother, Princess Diana, how she was treated throughout the years. And I honestly feel that's all Prince Harry was looking for. Accountability. He wanted an apology for himself and his mother, and he got that.
When they flounced out of the royal family, they cited privacy as one of their main concerns. They were saying that since then, the Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Montecito, have done nothing but flog their own family secrets. They've alienated themselves from their families. They've exploited their royal connections, and they've pursued money and fame and publicity. What about the memoir, Spare, was unforgivable.
Well, let's put that to Ellen then.
Intrusion into their private lives.
If you're speaking about memoirs, I think everybody in this country has amnesia, because King Charles himself wrote a memoir in 1994 where he absolutely slated Queen Elizabeth and and Philip. He basically said that Philip was a bully, and that his wife or his mother was cold, and that she was more interested in work than having a relationship with him. So at the time, there was polls run in the tabloids, and they were asking, is Charles fit to be king? And everyone said a resounding absolutely not. Strip him of his titles. He should never be monarch. So the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Of course, Harry can write. The only difference is Harry stood down as a senior member of the royal family before he released his book, whereas Charles was actually still a very strong senior member of the royal family, and he's now king.
Greetings, and a warm welcome to the Sussex Ambassador channel. Here, we're dedicated to sharing reliable fact-check news about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, straight from the heart of Sussex. We aim to cut through the noise, dispelling myths and setting the record straight. Whether you're a seasoned royal watcher or just curious, Sussex Ambassador is your go-to source for all things Sussex. So, why not become part of our growing community? Join us on this exciting journey by hitting that subscribe button now. Today we stand in the wake of Prince Harry's monumental victory against News Group newspapers. This is not just a triumph for the Duke of Sussex, but a decisive moment in the battle for media accountability. The lawsuit had its roots in a long-standing issue. News Group newspapers, a media conglomerate known for its tabloids, had been publishing intrusive and misleading articles about Prince Harry. The prince's quest wasn't about seeking revenge, nor was it about silencing the press. It was about something much more fundamental: accountability. Prince Harry took a stand against the onslaught of intrusive journalism that often disregarded the truth for sensational headlines. He demanded that the media be held accountable for their actions, for the stories they publish, and for the impact those stories have on the lives of individuals. The settlement, a significant victory in Prince Harry's favour, was a loud and clear statement. It emphasised that even the most prominent media houses are not beyond the reach of accountability. This was not just about a personal victory for Prince Harry. It was a victory for everyone who has ever felt misrepresented or mistreated by the media. The settlement included an acknowledgement of the intrusive nature of the articles and a sincere apology to Prince Harry. It was a clear admission of wrongdoing. But more than that, it was a promise of change, a commitment to better, more responsible journalism. Prince Harry's victory is a beacon of hope for those who believe in the power of truth. It's a reminder that even in the face of relentless scrutiny and harsh criticism, it's possible to stand up against the giants and demand change. This victory is a clear message to all media outlets about the importance of responsible journalism. It's a call to action for media houses worldwide to uphold the principles of truth, fairness, and respect for privacy. And it's a testament to Prince Harry's unwavering commitment to accountability and justice. It's a story of resilience, of standing up for what's right, and of a victory well deserved. Despite this clear-cut victory, certain figures in the media continue to target Prince Harry unfairly. It's a bitter pill to swallow, isn't it? That even in the face of undeniable triumph, there are those who persist in their relentless criticism. In the heart of this storm, we find the hosts of GB News, a network that seems to have made it their mission to undermine Harry at every turn. The settlement with News Group newspapers was a momentous occasion, a long overdue acknowledgement of the invasive practices that have plagued Harry and Meghan. Yet, rather than accepting this as a step towards accountability, these hosts have chosen to continue their assault on Harry's character. Their refusal to acknowledge the implications of this settlement is, quite frankly, astounding. It's as if they're living in a parallel universe where accountability is a foreign concept, a realm where the victims are the villains and the perpetrators, the heroes. They seem to relish in their relentless attacks, conveniently ignoring the fact that their behavior only underscores the very issue that Harry fought against. It's a vicious cycle, isn't it? The media's incessant pursuit of a narrative that continues to vilify Harry for seeking justice, for demanding accountability. What's more, their criticism isn't just directed at Harry. It's an assault on anyone who dares to challenge the status quo, on anyone who dares to demand better from the media. It's a disheartening display of stubbornness, a refusal to adapt, to grow, to evolve. And yet, in the midst of their relentless onslaught, there is a glimmer of hope, a beacon of truth that refuses to be silenced. That beacon is Ellen Coughlan, a voice of reason in the cacophony of criticism. She has stood up against these hosts, reminding all of us that what Harry sought was accountability, and that is exactly what he got. But we'll delve deeper into Ellen's powerful response in the next segment. For now, let's focus on the task at hand. It's essential to recognize these unrelenting attacks for what they are. A desperate attempt to cling to an outdated narrative, a narrative that has no place in our evolving society. While it's clear that Harry's victory is a step forward, it seems some are determined to keep dragging him back. But as we've seen time and again, Harry isn't one to be easily deterred. He's a fighter, a champion for change, and no amount of criticism will stop him from standing up for what's right. However, not all voices in the media have been so biased. Let's discuss Ellen Coughlan's powerful response. In a world where the media often seems to take one side or another, a strong, unbiased voice can be a breath of fresh air. This is precisely the role that Ellen Coughlan assumed when she rose to Prince Harry's defense in the aftermath of his significant victory against News Group newspapers. Ellen Coughlan, a respected figure in media circles, didn't just defend Prince Harry, she silenced the naysayers with her logical, well-thought-out arguments. She did not mince words when she stated that Prince Harry had achieved exactly what he had set out to do, gain accountability. You see, Prince Harry's battle wasn't just about him or his family. It was about the principle of accountability. The idea that even the most powerful entities, in this case a major news corporation, should be held accountable for their actions. And this is the point that Ellen Coughlan so eloquently made. She reminded everyone that Harry's fight was not a personal vendetta, but a stand for justice, a stand for every individual who has ever been wronged by the media. His was a victory for accountability, for the idea that every action has consequences, and even the media is not above this universal law. Ellen Coughlan's defense of Prince Harry was not just about supporting him as an individual. It was about supporting the principles that he stood for, the principles of fairness, justice, and accountability. She emphasized that Harry's victory was not just his, but a victory for everyone who believes in these principles. She highlighted that, contrary to what some might believe, Prince Harry was not seeking revenge or trying to silence the press. Instead, he was seeking accountability, something that every citizen, royal or not, has the right to expect. And in achieving this, he had not only won his case, but he had also set a precedent for future cases of media misconduct. Ellen Coughlan's response was powerful, not because she was defending a popular figure, but because she was defending an essential principle. She reminded us all that accountability is not a privilege, it's a right. And no matter who you are, you have the right to expect it. We applaud Ellen Coughlan for her courage in standing up for truth and justice in an often biased media landscape. Her powerful response serves as a reminder that, in the face of bias and misinformation, the truth will always prevail. As we wrap up today's discussion, it's clear that the fight for accountability isn't over. It's been a whirlwind, hasn't it? We've traversed through the triumphant legal victory of Prince Harry against News Group newspapers, a victory that was nothing short of monumental. This wasn't just a win for Prince Harry, but a win for everyone who believes in the power of truth and the necessity of accountability in journalism. We've also delved into the relentless, and let's be honest, rather misguided attacks by two GB News hosts. Perhaps it's a case of being unable to see the forest for the trees. They seem so consumed by their own narrative, they fail to see the larger picture of accountability and journalistic integrity. And then, we had the powerful response from Ellen Coughlan. She didn't just set the record straight, she reminded us all of the core issue at hand. It's not about the sensationalism, it's not about the tit for tat, it's about accountability, it's about justice, and it's about setting a higher standard for media. Let's take a page from Ellen's book. Let's continue to question, to examine, and to critique the narratives that are being presented to us. Let's not be passive consumers of news, but active participants in the discourse. Let's not forget that at the heart of the matter is a couple, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who are simply seeking to live their lives with dignity and respect. Staying informed and critical is not a casual request, it's a call to action. This isn't just about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, it's about the kind of society we want to live in. It's about standing up for principles like justice, accountability, and respect. And it's about making sure that those who wield the power of the pen are held to the highest standards. So keep watching, keep questioning, keep pushing for the truth. Remember, it's not about taking sides, it's about standing up for what's right. And what's right is a media landscape that values truth over sensationalism, integrity over scandal, and people over profits. Thank you for joining us today. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share our videos. Together we can ensure that the truth prevails.